Tokyo Ghoul, the masterpiece that never got a chance to shine. Today, I'm going to be recreating a panel from one of my favorite mangas, Tokyo Ghoul. I obviously, for this panel, I did put my own kind of tinge on it because the panel originally was done online and it's quite apparent it's done online, and getting markers and stuff that fine to get some of those effects is just impossible on physical paper. So I did stylize it myself. One more thing, this video was shot over the span of 8 months. I'm not even joking. Like, the first portion of it was shot even before I started this channel. It was a long time ago, right? That's when you see the white bed sheet. I used to like draw on a white bed sheet before, but then I switched to the wooden board, and halfway through this video it's gonna switch to the wooden board. But yeah, it's crazy how much you change as an artist in 6 months though. Like, the difference isn't massive, but it's still there in art style and how I draw and stuff. Because this was drawn like at the start of 2021, and the next one was drawn like yesterday, I think, the other panel. But well, anyways, welcome back to my video. Welcome back to my channel. You know what? I just enjoy doing this. That's why. Oh God, why were my recording skills so bad back then? Why is my hair in the way? I'll just bear with. I guess you guys just have to bear a little with the old recording style for the first like 4 minutes of the video. But afterwards, I promise, it will switch to the modern one. It will switch to the modern one. I, in general though, do want to keep weekly uploads going. I enjoy doing this channel. I hope I'm able to, but with like life getting more busy, I don't know if I'll be able to. I mean, one upload a week is not too much. Like, I just have to take like about like 5-6 hours out of like my weekend to draw or something, and it's quite enjoyable, so I don't really mind it either. I hope you guys do enjoy this channel though. I mean, at the start, I know it takes a long time to get some traction on YouTube because I've tried other channels before, and I think my highest to this day was like 300 subscribers or 200 subscribers. It was a while ago though, but I do know on YouTube it takes a long time and consistency to get some, I guess, subscribers going and get some like following going. I mean, I don't really do this exactly for following, but it's weird, right? Because I don't really do it for followers, but I think if I do get some followers, it motivates me a lot. It's just a weird thing that's really hard to explain. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy my art a lot, because I really do try my best while making art. Because I've been drawing art for like since I was like 9, I think. Because before I was 9, I didn't really like art much. I did attend drawing classes for a bit, but those were kind of meh. Yeah, right? But I didn't enjoy drawing as much back then. But now I've grown to slowly love it, because I started out drawing like parrots, because at one point I was obsessed with parrots, and I wanted to get a pet parrot. I mean, eventually we got a dog, which is amazing. I love my dog. I also wanted a parrot, but that probably won't work, since a parrot would probably be scared of a dog, and I wouldn't want to keep a parrot that's traumatized. But yeah, that's how I started drawing. I was drawing parrots, and then eventually slowly turned into drawing some rapper artists. And eventually, when I got into anime and manga, I was like, this is the perfect medium to draw, because mangas, I think they have some of the most beautiful art I've seen. Like, mangas are so good. Manga artists in general are also so talented. Like, it's beyond belief how amazing they are, right? Like, my art isn't even a fraction of what most manga artists achieve. A manga artist in general takes so long, they draw quick as well, right? Like, there's Naoki Urasawa's YouTube channel, which he opened recently, and that channel, let me tell you, is amazing. Ooh, here comes the switch, finally. The bad setup is gone. Here's the new setup. But yeah, there was just a 6-month gap between those two drawings, which is quite wild to think about when you look at it. But yeah, for Kaneki's clothes, I used a silver marker that I had, which works quite weirdly. I'm not even sure where I got it, but yeah, it works kind of weird. I covered the drawing up so I wouldn't smudge anything, but now I'm making Kaneki's kakuja. Oh god, it's been a while since I've read Tokyo Ghoul. I don't remember the terms properly. It's been like a year, I think, almost. but have it's like one of the only mangas I have physically. I think I have like four. I don't really remember. I think I have like 6, 7 mangas physically, and only like 2 or 3 with more than like 4 volumes. Because the rest, I do have like some random volumes from some series, but I think I only have like 2, 3 series where the volume collection goes over like 2 volumes of the series, right? But yeah, I started out drawing parrots, and then slowly it evolved, and eventually I reached manga and anime. I discovered manga and anime like a couple years ago now. Like I think it was 2020, start of quarantine. Yeah, quarantine's been going on for me at least for like 2 years now almost. Well, 1.5. 2 is kind of a lie, but it's been going on for such a long time. It's crazy how the world went. I mean, when it happened, I was scared, but I figured the world would control it. But I guess the governments aren't the greatest when it comes to, being proactive. They kind of wait till everything explodes up in their face to do something. Before that, they'll kind of just sit there and be like, don't worry about it. I mean, it sucks how human nature is, but it is what it is. It can't really be changed. It sucks. I mean, the same with politics, right? Like, people argue a lot in politics and say stuff that they would never really say otherwise. And people don't even have an open mind in politics these days. It's either you are wrong, I am right, or it's always you're wrong, I'm right, right? Like, I've never seen a single debate or, like, even a discussion in my life where one person's mindset has changed. It's just useless to honestly even, like, talk to people, right? When it comes to politics and stuff. So I kind of find it a time waste. I mean, I don't even really care about politics much. I mean, as if it affects me directly, then I do, but besides that, not really. I was having a little bit of trouble with the hair. I don't know. I really, really need to practice my faces and my hair more, because I don't know what it's about faces or hair. They're kind of just difficult to get right. Like, everything else is almost always easy for me to draw, but when it comes to like faces, I tend to struggle sometimes. But yeah, it'll come with practice. So I'll keep practicing. I'll keep moving forward. But yeah, here's Kaneki's Kakuja. First of all, though, I've realized one thing. A lot of beginner artists don't like kind of plan out their drawings. They don't really sketch kind of like how I'm doing. Like, I went over the whole drawing in like really rough marking, and then I kind of went over it again in better and like pressed harder, and then I use a marker to mark it up, right? I've seen a lot of young artists, they don't do that. They'll just start without any rough lines or anything. They'll just start drawing from a random point with like a marker or something, and then draw the whole thing. And I'm just sitting here like, don't do that. That'll mess up your proportions. Eventually you'll run into like a roadblock where doing that will just mess up your drawing more than it will help. But yeah, some artists do that. So if you're a beginner artist, don't do that. Like, please, like, sketch your stuff out before. But now I'm like shading it, I guess, yeah, and basically markering it. I got these nice micron markers, which like I'd seen all professional artists use, and I was like, they must be good. I got them. They work fine. I mean, I don't think they're some like magical markers. Like, you don't really need them. They're nice because they come in like lots of different kind of thicknesses, which I think helps, but honestly, they're just decent markers. Like, they're not the best markers I've seen. I don't know why every professional artist I've seen kind of uses them. I guess it might just be the same thing that happened with me. Someone saw like one professional artist use them, and then they used it, and then like eventually it spread like that. I'm not sure what the logic behind that would be, but these markers, they're nice, but they aren't something that I think would enhance your drawing. It comes down to skill at the end of the day, right? Like, what you have as an artist is only stopping you to some extent. Most of the time, as long as you got like a black pen, you could probably pull off a lot of manga recreation panels, especially. But yeah, it gets quite difficult. Eh? I hope I'm able to keep uploading regularly. I mean, it's weird, right? Because some days I'll be really enjoying it. I'll be really pumped to make a video. And other days I'll just be like being lazy, and I'll kind of need to like force myself to make a video. which I mean, both things I guess are part of the process. I think before I've just decided on this YouTube channel, no matter what happens, I'm not gonna give up, and I'm gonna keep uploading weekly, or bi-weekly, depending on like how much stress comes around in life. But I'll make sure to not give up on this channel, because I've done that, right? It just takes a lot of persistence, a lot of kind of, I guess, self-promotion on Reddit here and there that I kind of need to do these days. But I hope eventually I can get some traction going on YouTube. It would be nice, but it is what it is, right? Like, I just gotta keep on doing my best work, making my content better. And yeah, I'm thinking of also starting some kind of, since summer vacations coming where I live, I think I'm thinking of doing some like full-on chapter recreations from like mangas, like maybe like My Hero Academia chapter 220 recreation, or Attack on Titan chapter 120 recreation, right? Like things like that, if you feel me. Any suggestions for you guys? Any suggestions you guys got for me as to what I should draw? I mean, I wonder if you do, but I pray you do. You got anything? Because I kind of run out of ideas. I'm super hyped about one thing though, and there's this Chainsaw Man drawing I'm working on, another one. I absolutely love Chainsaw Man, and the trailer for Chainsaw Man is dropping in like 6 days from when this video was recorded. I've been waiting for this anime since like almost 1 year now, or a little bit more, because I started reading Chainsaw Man when it was around like chapter, I think, 50 or 60. It was around there when I started reading it, and then I followed it all the way up to its finale in 97. So I've been waiting for part 2 and the anime for so long. I remember going crazy when the anime got announced in December, I think 2020 December. That was so exciting. Record of Ragnarok also dropped, which was something I was excited to see. I held off on the manga for the anime, and yeah, I think the manga was more animated than the anime, and I it's tragic, but I read like a little bit of the manga. I'm like 5 chapters in, and the art in the manga is so much better. This series had potential to become like the next big thing, right? Like it could have become the next like Jujutsu Kaisen level series, because it had amazing fights. It was really well done, right? In the manga, and the story was amazing, but they gave it to some like no-name studio who like only does like yaoi stuff. So yeah, it didn't turn out well. I mean, yeah, it should have gone to, they should have probably just waited longer and given it to like some studio capable of doing it. I would say one good studio would probably be like, I want to say Mappa, but I don't think they can take on more work without killing their employees. Maybe Ufotable. They only do, I think, 1 or 2 pieces of work each year, so they're working on Demon Slayer. They could also pick it up maybe. But yeah, it definitely shouldn't have gone to like a no-name random studio that you could like credit them for what was the name? What was the name? What was the name? You know, Hellsing. Yeah, you could credit them for Hellsing, but I think it was Madhouse behind that, and they kind of just like did the backgrounds. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. This drawing, now I'm shading with these kind of like markers that I bought, those were gray. I should be using a screen tone, but I'm sorry, I don't have, I don't want to use a screen tone, right? Like, they cost so much money as well. Have you seen how much a screen tone goes for? They're like, what, like 200, like they'll take, like doing this kind of shading using screen tones would be like $200, I think. And screen tones in general, I feel like would something be just so much easier applying online. So yeah, I want to also learn digital art recently. I mean, I don't know if you can really do that with YouTube, because I don't know why people have kind of a misconception that digital art is easier somehow, which it's really not. I think digital art is just as hard. I mean, the only thing that's easier is like it's easier to erase, and it's easier to like basically layer your stuff, where you can't really do that in physical art since there are no layers there. But yeah, that gets kind of annoying when people don't realize that. But that's why I'm a little wary of trying to do digital art on YouTube, because I remember before when I used to look for art tutorials, I kind of used to be like that. But here is the drawing done. This took a long time, like 8 hours, I think like 10 hours across 6 months. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul in his full Kakuja form, right in around chapter 80, I think. I hope you enjoyed this drawing. Leave in the comment section below what you want me to draw, and see ya in the next video. Please stick around, hit that subscribe button, and peace.